Hey everyone, it's Rylan. It is July 1st, 2017, and I wanted to make another video today because someone a couple weeks ago asked me some advice about singing on T and whether their singing range was going to change and if I noticed any changes since being off of T and blah blah blah. So basically I've been off of T since May and it is now July, and I actually would have had 2 years on T on the 9th of this month, so I'm like 7 days short of having been 2 years on T. And here's what's going on with my singing voice. I was a professional singer before. That sounds so pretentious, but it's the truth. Like, I've been in professional musicals that I've been paid to be in, and I majored in musical theater, at a pretty good college in the Midwest, and I was a very serious singer. That was my life. And I always thought of myself as a singer more than an actor, but now that I've gone to a straight acting conservatory in New York, and my singing voice is kind of fucked, my main focus is on acting, but I hope in the future I'll be able to do musical theater again. But as far as my singing voice and my range, obviously you can hear from my voice that my voice is still pretty high. It has dropped significantly. If you watch any of my updates, my voice update videos, my voice was like 3 or 4 octaves higher than it is now. So I was a legit soprano and was able to sing opera, and I was a belter and all that shit. And that's not really possible anymore. I have taken 3 singing lessons a couple months ago, and that was really great because it kind of started I was sorry, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I don't know. I was a soprano. Okay. Oh, singing lessons. So I was able to work on Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen, from my favorite musical that's on Broadway right now. And that is a pretty high song for a guy to sing, but for a female, it would be like an alto range. And so I'm able to hit all the notes except for 1 or 2 at the end where it gets really high. But I was able to reassess my voice in these voice lessons and see that while my voice has changed and the quality of my voice is completely different, I haven't lost the training that I had acquired over the years of being in college and having voice lessons for 8 years. It is really depressing and it makes me really sad. It honestly is a regret of being on T because my singing voice isn't ever going to be what it was before. It makes me really disappointed and sad and depressed because singing is so important to me, and I feel like I lost a really big part of myself by losing my ability to fully use my voice at the range that I once had. But too late for that. Nothing I can do. But I've been home alone, and I sang once the other day, and I realized I was actually able to hit some notes that I definitely was not able to hit my first year on T. Not even close to possible. Straight up air would be coming out, and now I'm able to kind of hit some higher notes. The thing that I'm really not able to do right now is to belt like I used to be able to. It just kind of flips up into a head voice instead of being able to belt. So it's very, I don't know, it's not belting, but it's still powerful, but it's with that heady quality of strong vibrato and that kind of thing. I'm not going to demonstrate singing because I'm not warmed up. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, your voice is going to change on T. If you were a singer before, just prepare yourself. I don't know that I did prepare myself kind of in the sense that I was recording every single song I ever sang on video, so I would be able to to like remember what my voice sounded like, but I wasn't ready for like the psychological effects that would have on me of never being able to sing like Defying Gravity in the same key that I used to before. Like that really gets me. I watch videos of myself singing pre-T, and it's just really frustrating. So your voice is going to change, and I don't know if it's because I've stopped T that my voice is starting to regain its range again, because I was still on T when I was in voice lessons. So I think it just takes a while for your voice to kind of settle down. I don't know what's going to happen, like if you just weren't able to sing in the first place or you did it for fun or what, but I can just say as like someone that like, you know, whatever, singing was like important and serious to me, that my voice is starting to kind of go back to normal. But I'll certainly never be able to sing like Glitter and Be Gay ever again. But the main proof that I have that my voice is starting to change and it's starting to get stronger is when I was home in December, I tried singing one song, Glory from Rent, and it was just horrific. Like, literally, I broke down laughing because it was so bad. I sounded like someone was strangling me, and, like, I sounded like a dying baby. It was horrible. It was embarrassing. Even though I was by myself, I was, like, embarrassed for myself, and I was able to sing it the other day. I mean, there was still some issues with it, but I was actually able to, like, get out most of the notes, but it's just really frustrating when I try to belt because my voice just, it cracks and it wavers a lot and it doesn't sound good. So that's my experience with singing. I know there are FTM singers out there that have been able to retrain their voices and really work through their stuff, but personally, I was a musical theater singer, and that's a little different than singing pop music because of like the need to be able to have that strong belt. And I hope I'll be able to have that again in a different range, you know, the range that I have now, which would be considered probably a high tenor or an alto. It is what it is, I guess, but I just want to say, like, if you're a singer and you're starting T, prepare yourself mentally as much as you can. Because I don't think I realized to the extent that I wasn't going to be able to sing like notes that were so easy for me at like the very bottom of my range as a girl. Like I'm straining to hit with like a guy's voice now. Like it's not fun. It's really depressing, but I just want to be real and let people know what's going on and that it is starting to change, but I think it just took like, 2 years for it to kind of settle down, because I'd say my speaking voice stopped changing at like 9 months on T, and it hasn't dropped since then, and it's not going to anymore because I'm not on T. So this was a long ass video, but there we go.